Jaxon Smith-Njigba Award, of course, awarded to the Rockwall County Gameday Player of the Year, Rockwall quarterback Lake Bennett. Lake, thank you for joining us, and congratulations on being named a finalist. There's some little cool history, a little fact in there that I'll talk about here in a moment. But congratulations, thanks for being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Let's kind of dive into it. Let me put up a graphic here of Lake. What a year it's been, what a career it's been for you. Over 2,500 yards, total yards, 2,200 passing, 18 touchdowns, over 300 yards rushing, 10 rushing touchdowns. You even had a receiving touchdown. A team captain. You were voted the District 10 6A MVP, most valuable player, and then of course you multiple outlets have kind of recognized you, the Dallas Morning News area Week 5 Player of the Week and things like that. So congratulations on everything. Coach, he describes you as unselfish, and all the things that you've been asked to do over your career, and I just want to ask you about that. The role that you've played with this team and kind of finding yourself to, okay, it's my time to play quarterback. But through it all, you never ask questions. Well, they need you to play linebacker on special teams. It didn't matter. What was it about, about this coaching staff and, that just kind of worked and you were like, I just want to go to work?
Well, I think that me and this coaching staff, we go way back in a sense, because most of these guys were with my dad at Mesquite Horn, and I just trusted him a lot. And me and Coach Brooks, when I was little, we used to throw the football on the field after the games, and I have a lot of trust in him, and he's like a family member to me. And so when he said I needed to play linebacker, I figured it could only help me, get me on the field, and it might give me some knowledge when I'm the guy. And so when I finally got to be the guy, it was just I'm ready for it.
He talks about you working in the weight room and on the field just like you do in the classroom. Where does that drive come from? A lot of times nobody's looking, right? And it's just you saying, hey, I got to put in the work. Where does that come from?
To be honest, I don't know. I love the weight room though, but I just like feeling strong, and like I said, it can only help me. So why not do it?
Yeah, and I think a question that I had was whether you knew it or not. You were kind of leaving your fingerprint on Rockwall and the program, and there's guys under you that were looking up. What do you hope that they took from you? As the work that you put in.
I just hope that they saw that it does take hard work, and I think that the two guys we have coming up are great candidates to be the starting quarterback, and I have faith in them. But I just want them to play hard and don't be afraid to run the ball.
Yeah, don't be afraid to run. Yeah, you were. I forgot what call it was, and but there was always a call, and it was like it was lake time, and once you got close to the goal line, and yeah.
Heavy. I forget heavy. I think it's right here.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
But when we first started Rockwall County Gameday, it was like, oh, he's coming in, and you don't want to be the guy in front of him. Especially lifting, the 350 pounds, a press and 500 squat. Like you don't want to mess with the guy coming through there. This year, kind of looking back, so the fourth play of the game in the first, the first quarter, right? It had to be, and you get injured, right? But Coach talked about you still continuing to come in every day and prep. But even though you knew you weren't going to be playing, why was it important to you to just keep going, even though, you could have probably relaxed a little bit?
I just knew that, when I came back, it was going to be time for me to take the reins and get going again. And when I come back, I can't miss a beat, it's like I've been playing quarterback the whole time, and I just thought that was important.
And even with that work, you're doing it in the classroom, multi-sport. So I'll ask you, I've seen you hit golf balls on the range, and I know you're out there with the golf team. What do you think golf and just doing other things, how has that helped you in football and off the field stuff?
Well, I think everything kind of ties together mentally. I think all sports can help you with your mental game, and I think golf is big because, it's just you. But when you're playing football, you got a team around you, and that helps a lot, certainly. So I think the mental game is the biggest part of playing multiple sports.
I was always impressed when I watched you having success on the field because, and Coach mentioned it. You were just humble about it. And uh, it, you weren't above anything else. You were just trying to contribute, and that kind of goes into, hey, whatever you need me to do, Coach, I'll do it. How important is it to have a team full of those guys that are just humble and that just say, hey, whatever we need to do to win?
I think it's very important. We had 2 running backs this year, and both of them are really good, and both of them wanted to play. But they traded off, and they both did really well, and they didn't really complain all that much. And I thought that was really great. So I don't think it can hurt you, and I think it's great for the team.
A fun fact here about we're talking about Lake being a finalist for the Jaxon Smith-Njigba Award. When you were 14 as a freshman, you actually completed a pass in the state semifinals against Duncanville to Jackson. Do you remember it? Is it one of those things? It's like he's going to be drafted, and I threw a pass to that guy.
Oh my gosh, I think about it all the time. I tell my friends, when he gets drafted, I'm pulling up the video of me throwing to him.
Yeah, 100%.
And it was actually funny because he was supposed to run a corner and he didn't. He ran a curl, and I know that he knew what he was doing, and I just threw it to him. I was like, "You take the wheel, man. You got it."
Yeah, obviously a special wide receiver, but just it had to be just an unbelievable moment for you.
Yeah.
And now fast forward, right? It's like, wow, that was a special moment
Yes.
that I'll hold on to. So fun. Excuse me. Get some water. I keep losing my voice here.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. What will you miss the most about your high school career and being around the program?
Well, I've already missed since football's been over. I've already missed all the guys. That's a big part. I made a lot of friends, and a lot of those guys that I won't talk to very much anymore, and that sucks. But and same thing for the coaches. Hopefully, I can keep a good relationship with them, and I think I will through my dad and just through the bond that we've made. But I'll miss all the people around it.
And it kind of, what are you most proud of? Through the years, about yourself. Maybe that something you didn't realize you had in you, and what are you most proud of?
Probably, being behind Braden Locke. It's a hard person to be behind. Obviously, he's a really good quarterback, and I'm just kind of proud of the way I handled it. Playing linebacker and not getting to be the quarterback. I think I handled it well, and when it was my time, I think I did an exceptionally well job. So
100% you did. I mean, District 10 6A MVP. That's pretty good. I mean, especially it was really cool to see, and it was fitting to end your career that way, especially being a guy that's unselfish and just a team guy, and so it was couldn't have happened to a better person. I want to ask you about what it means to be a finalist for this award, and how cool it would be to be the winner of this award.
I think it'd be awesome. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I was in the locker room with Jackson, my freshman year, and not that we were friends or anything, but I've saw the way he acted. I know what he did. I watched him in practice, and it was special. You don't get to be around someone like that all the time, and to be nominated for this, it makes like you got to be a certain type of player, and so I think it's great.
Yeah, 100%. And I was kind of been telling everybody, it's like this is the first year, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, what is this? What is this? But one day we'll look back and we'll look at the first round, the first class of nominees, and to win or not, it's going to be one of those things like I was a finalist for that, and that's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, it'll be it's really cool, and the history y'all have there is really cool. Okay, let me ask you a few questions that Jackson sent in. He said best football game you ever played, but I've been given the opportunity to say that you ever played and you ever played in. So, what was the best football game you ever played in? I think I know, but what was the best one?
I think it's got to be either the Duncanville game or it's the Heath game this year. The Heath game this year just being I had so many stats, and we beat Heath, and that was a great moment, and all the people that were there. But
and the best one you ever played in? Didn't know stats alone.
Probably Duncanville.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
gonna
so.
I was gonna
What,
say
what would you
I was
say?
gonna say the I-30 Classic game last year.
Yeah, that was
mean,
pretty special.
That was
I think that one is definitely in a class of its own too. I had my mine's on quarterback, not linebacker, but
yeah.
I had I think I had like a 15-16 tackle game, so that was pretty special. And then that overtime, man, that was something.
That was it was one of the it'll have to go down as one of the greatest football games ever played in Texas. I mean, high school, and obviously you can look at state championship, North Shore and Duncanville and things like that.
Yeah.
But that was a special one. Favorite home cooked meal?
Probably when my dad does brisket or something like that on the smoker. That's all. Anything on the smoker, probably.
Yeah, no, you can't go wrong with some barbecue and some brisket. So, and again, I'll throw out we're always hungry here, and we don't get to eat dinner on Wednesday night. So, I mean, if there's any extra brisket, let your dad know. We'll take some.
Yeah.
And then lastly, with all you do, do you have time? Do you have a Netflix series that you watch or a show that you watch?
So most people might think this is weird, but I'm more of an anime guy.
Okay.
All right. But I did watch the Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix. A little creepy, but you know, it was good.
Yeah, a little creepy, but I mean, hey, that's one of those things that happen, and it was a good show. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good show.
Did a good job.
So okay, all right, we'll go with Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix. Do you game? Are you a gamer?
I do a little bit. I actually got the Madden 23 not too long ago, so I played a little bit of Madden.
Yeah, I always get the Maddens, but when they're late, right? It's like when they're on sale, because it's about time that the 24 is about ready to come out, because it's like that's the time that I'll spend the money on it. But
best way to do it.
Lake, man, congratulations, on being named a finalist, but more importantly on everything that you've accomplished, and just you as a person and a member of this community. I mean, we're all better for having you here, and wish you what's next. I know you're where are you headed, or where are you thinking about going? Are you still out there fishing?
I'm still fishing right now, but I'm trying to work on either a preferred walk-on with Nebraska, or I might play golf in college. So we'll see.
We need to get out and play golf. I'll ask Coach Watkins. Like, let me join. I did that with Heath last year. They invited me out, and I played with them and got to school some of the young bucks and show them what it's about. So, I look forward to it. When do you guys play again for golf?
We go to Waco the 10th and 11th. So that'll be our first tournament back this spring.
Okay, 10th and 11th in Waco. Are you?
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you. Good luck to the team. Again, congratulations on everything. And again, we vote on January 30th, and then we'll all meet back here on February 8th, and we'll have a cool prize package, and we'll do a whole celebration for you guys, and then announce the winner. And obviously a worthy candidate is Lake Bennett for this award. So good luck to you. We'll talk again soon, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
We are going to take a break. When we come back, Heritage Christian Academy, we have Will Constable coming up with us. Don't go anywhere.